Hello, welcome to our demo for SQL injection using the tool SQLmap. To start off, use the vulnerability. We're going to use burpsuite. With burpsuite, I'm going to use proxy and intercept the channel. So I'm going to just turn that on. I'm going to go into our browser. So this is the browser we're going to use to steal the SQL database. We're going to hit submit. With hitting submit, you can see that it's going to be hitting that like infinite loading. With that, you can go back to burpsuite. You can see that it has now captured all of the data with that post. We're gonna hit action. We're gonna copy it to a file. With the copy file, I'm just gonna do SQI1 SQL injection. And with that, I'm gonna hit save. So once it's saved, it's gonna go headed right to our terminal. I'm just gonna check it, doing a SQL simple check with ls to list the directory. So perfect. You have the SQL injection. With that, we can just do cat and then SQL 1. And with that, you can see that it has captured the entire post message, the intercept. And with that, we want to run it against SQLmap. SQLmap, the tool -r means the file, and the file we're going to use is SQL uh, uh, SQL I SQL I and then SQL I for the file, and we're going to do -p parameter, and the parameter we're going to use is username. And the reason why we're doing the parameter as username is so we can hopefully gather the credentials from it being listed under username. So we're going to hit enter. We're going to submit. It's going to run SQLmap. So with that, I want to touch on a couple parts of this. So you can see that it lists everything with timestamps. But the big thing I want to show you is so it has the big type right here. So parameter username is a post message. Like I said, the type is time-based blind. With that, we're gonna run another injection. With the injection, we are gonna do --dump. --dump just gives --dump reveals like all the credentials listed in the parameter username. You can see it once I hit enter. It loads a little minute. It goes through. It fetches everything. It gathers the tables and the columns that are within the table. It runs. So with SQLmap, it's a good tool to use because it's very unique and personal. So you can use with each usage, you can run different vulnerabilities. Like it gives you yes or no questions. So with this yes or no, it says, do you want to store hashes to a temporary file for eventual further processing with other tools? And you can see that it has yes, no, and the default option will be capitalized. So you can either type N enter, or you could just hit enter and it will just do the default. And so then the next question, you want to crack them via dictionary-based attack? And we're going to do yes, because that's the default. So I'm just going to show you a little bit. We'll talk about. So main things, you're going to see that tables for database. So it's going into the tables, and within the tables, we're grabbing the columns. So the tables for the database is AUS 26461 underscore bricks, and within that table database, we're gathering the columns users within the tables AUS 264161 underscore bricks. Within that, it can see that there are 8 listed credentials, 4, and then I don't know why it has 8. There are 4 login credentials that are listed. So when they first present the information, it gets listed from like a list top to bottom, and then that's like when it's being fetched and retrieved. And then after the dictionary based attack, then it lists out with like the columns that we're used to seeing, and it's broken up very easily to read. So you had ID users, you have host, language, name, ref, email, password, and it's broken up. And the main thing we want to see is the name, which could be usernames, and the password. So I'm just going to go and use Ron for the username and Ron for the password. So if we're going back to the browser, I am going to turn off the intercept because we want the page to load. And you see this is a really cool browser because it shows you how the SQL query is listed within the back end. So we're just going to type Ron and Ron. And with that, we should be able to log in. Yep. Thank you for watching. And that is our demonstration of a SQL injection with the tool SQLmap.